Hello, this is an S&P 500 futures analysis at Forex Live, soon to become investinglive.com by the end of this summer. The S&P 500 E-mini futures is currently trading at approximately 6,125, and I believe that we are going to the all time high and probably also exceeding it, at least temporarily. But for those that are looking for orientation, and this is the objective of this video and this opinion, it's enough to know that we're probably going to get to a very close to the all-time high, which at the S&P 500 E-mini futures ticker ES, we're talking about 6,166.5, which is also the 50-week range. The line and the sand currently, there's two. One is a close one, and that's at 6,102.5. It's in line with yesterday's value area high. It's also in line with the June value area high. Not only June, sorry, the June 16th. This is where this high over here took place. Okay, after this very big rally and the top of this bull flag. Okay, so that's an important level. And the point of control of that same day where that occurred is the red line at 6,090.75. Because if we have any throwdowns and hunts of stops, a lot of times that can also take price to the 6,000 area. Round numbers always have more orders around them. So if you want to play it safe and have a line in the sand below that, you can look at that 6,090-ish. Okay. We're not just taking random numbers. We're using professional level and logic rooted in where institutional players are participating, and we're not just going on candles and moving averages and other things that are inferior to those sort of analysis mechanisms and methods. Now, as some of you may know, we have things like trade compass methodologies, where we look at those modern analysis methods, but we also like to look at what most others are looking at. One, because many times it does work. And secondly, even if it doesn't work, we want to see where others maybe get trapped. In this case, and it's also good for orientation, we have one touch point, second touch point. We're probably going to have another third touch point, which is going to be also at the all-time high. In that sense, we're talking about a price magnet, and we'll soon talk about the concept of price magnets. Okay. Also in the orientation, we've got a bull flag. Okay. Two touch points, one, even a close enough second one. On the third one, it broke out, and two on the bottom. For a channel to be a channel, you need a minimum of two touch points on each one of the panes, lower pane and upper pane, and we have that. And here we broke out on the third, or some would even see it the fourth. Usually the breakouts happen on the fourth, and we're looking at the 1 hour candle. Now let's talk about price magnets. What does it mean when someone says that's probably a magnet for the price, or price magnet? You might have heard about it. Does it mean that someone is sitting there and with a big magnet and the price is like a metal getting pulled? No. It means that there are certain reasons that enough participants and enough other factors are working in play to help that reality happen. Okay, if you want, it's like a bit of a prophecy that makes the reality happen. Okay, so what are these elements? First of all, we've got liquidity. Liquidity we have in certain places where uh, people and other participants have a reason to set more orders there. So there are prices that are having more liquidity than others. For example, if I just take a random number on the chart, okay, it's 5,905 versus the all-time high is going to have more liquidity around it. The objective or the mission of a market, any market, also real estate market, is to the market's objective is to maximize the number of transactions. If a place has more orders waiting for it, okay, because some people say, okay, I'm holding NVIDIA and I'd like to hold NVIDIA, but when this market gets to all-time high, I'm going to have, for example, I'm going to mitigate my risk and go short around this level. Some might say, I have a stop here, but I'm not sure about this market. If it sustains an all-time high, you know what? I'm just going to take that cash sitting on the table, sitting on the side, and I'm going to go long because that's it. The market is showing me that it's going up. So whatever the reasons are, when whoever's right doesn't matter. There's going to be a level where people believe and are going to put more orders there for various reasons. Okay, so that's one. And also, there's a psychology. People are talking about, for example, just like they talk about $100 per share on Apple or Nvidia or AMD because our brains like round numbers. They're also looking at all-time high, and even the media is talking about it. Will the market get it to a new all-time high, or will it not? Etc. Etc. This is again, they're not talking about a random number called 6,075. They're talking about this all-time high. Okay, so those that psychology and media and collective expectation also fuels liquidity clustering around there. Now, professionals exploit all that to also put even more orders around that area. So there's a self-fulfilling dynamics why there's a belief that a price level actively creates conditions for the price to reach it, especially if it gets close to it. Okay, so all that has been about the price magnet. Does it mean that it for sure will work? No, there is no for sure in this market and in this game. Okay, there's nothing that is for sure, even if there's an algorithm that works in 100% so far. There's going to be later a stage in the market where it fails and goes below the 100% win rate. The fact that all-time high, there's more of a chance that we'll get there because we're already quite close because of all the factors mentioned, or about 0.63% close to there. It doesn't mean that for sure it's going to happen. So there's no guaranteed. However, because price magnets are fundamentally based on observable and known psychology and market mechanics, then they do remain very useful as a tool for prediction. Okay, so do note this is not the time to short the market. There's also no other reasons to really short the market, in my opinion. Uh, I was I was stating my opinion about also the Iran Israel price knows as soon as we had this breakout last night, even before this morning's truth announcement, price already knows what's going on. Okay, price already knows what's going to be with this Iran. How does it know? There's various reasons, but usually price knows. It's like the example where earnings, a stock goes down after earnings, and people are saying, "Oh, how come it beat the revenue and EPS? It's not possible." Well, it is possible, and price knows better than you, and better than me, and better than anyone else. So we got to follow the price. This small retracement, this little bull flag here, is very natural. Here, the retracement was even upwards. So there's no any signs of major bearish reversal, and we're probably going to all-time high. Trade at your own risk, invest at your own risk, and thank you.